Most people start an agency and they treat it like a hobby. They post few reels, shoot DMs, and hope for a client. That's not how you build a business. If you want an agency that actually pays invoices and hires people, you need a plan, a sequence of decisions that stack into a revenue. Today I will walk you through 10 steps I use when I help people like you launch agencies. This isn't just theory, it's practical. So pick a niche, get your infrastructure set, start where your revenue moves fastest, then level up to full campaigns and scale with AI and people. So let's go. Hey, I'm Žygis and I teach creators and founders how to launch influencer marketing agencies that make real money, and I run campaigns for SaaS, startups, and AI tools, and I want to give you a practical path you can follow from zero to a real business. So starting off with step 1, so pick a niche. First niche, don't be cute, choose one vertical and stick to it. Why? Because niche gives you focus and credibility. When you pitch a SaaS founder and you can speak in their KPI language, trial activation, MQLs, LTV, they listen. If you waffle between fitness, fashion, and crypto, you sound like a generalist, and generalists get low prices and no trust. So pick a niche that either A, you know personally, or B, you can learn deeply fast. So examples is SaaS onboarding, AI productivity tools, D2C beauty, and even gaming brands. Each niche has its own creator ecosystem and KPIs, so learn the lingo, read 3 brand case studies in that niche, and watch their ads. When you can explain a brand's problem in one sentence, you are starting to sound like a right person to hire. Moving on to step 2 is think of an agency name. Names are mainly for clarity, so pick one that's easy to spell, easy to say, and not already taken. If you plan to sell the company one day, avoid names that are entirely your personal handle. If you don't, fine, personal brands work too. The important thing is your name plus a one-line subhead that explains what you do. For example, Atlas Creators, a creator-led growth for SaaS. That subhead does the work. So don't get stuck. Pick something that sounds right, check the domain if available, and move forward. Time box the decision, progress over perfection. Step 3. So build social pages. LinkedIn first and one platform. Social proof matters, but not like you think. The goal of social pages is to make buyers feel confident enough to reply. For agencies, start with LinkedIn. That's where the brand people live. Your LinkedIn headline should be a one-liner. We help this type of niche get this type of metric. So post short notes about tests you run, campaign structures, and stupid mistakes you fixed. Be useful. For consumer-facing niche, pick one content channel, Instagram or TikTok, and use it to show process, how you brief creators, what metrics you track, and small case studies. Don't overproduce, just raw specific posts that show you are obsessed with the problem are better than cinematic reels with no substance. Consistent relevance beats perfect aesthetics. Step 4 is buy a domain, and business email of course. This is boring, but it matters. Buy the domain, set up a business email on Google, Workspace, or even a Hostinger. When a brand receives an invoice from info@ or hello@youragency.com, it reads differently than an agency name at a Gmail. It's trust infrastructure. So use the domain email for contracts, invoicing, and even calendar invites. Create a simple email signature that includes your name, title, and link to your landing page or even calendar. That tiny detail separates a hobbyist from a business asking for a real budget. So moving on to step 5 is order someone to make a website. You don't need a perfect website. You need a clean landing page that answers one buyer question. Can they help me get a measurable outcome? So outsource this. Get a freelancer to make a one-page site with 4 elements: headline, short explainer, social media proof, or pilot example, and a call to action to book a call. Your brief to the freelancer should be simple. Here's the headline, here's one proof point, metrics are better, and here's the CTA. Ask for speed over bells and whistles. You can polish it later. Launch first, learn second. So moving on to step 6 is set up Notion to bookkeep everything. Notion is your nervous system, so use it to track leads, briefs, contracts, invoices, and campaign performances. Don't scatter files across 10 tools. Create a single workspace that becomes the source of truth. Link client pages to their campaigns, invoices and creator briefs. When someone asks, "Where is that file?" you should be able to point them to one link. Document your process, how you select creators, how you approve content, how you collect proof. That documentation is what lets you hand work to contractors and keeps quality consistent. When you're starting, Notion is the cheapest way to look like a pro. Step 7 is start with talent management or brand sourcing. Pick one lane actually. So, this is the tactical decision. Start with talent management or brand sourcing. Both work, each teaches different skills. If you start with talent management, you build creator inventory, you help creators monetize, negotiate deals, and commercialize their audience. That gives you an exclusive or priority access to creators when brands come knocking. If you start with brand sourcing, a campaign matchmaking, you go to brands first, you find creators, run pilots, manage deliverables, and get paid per campaign. That path tends to get cash flowing fast because brands have marketing budgets. So choose the lane that actually matches your strengths. If you're a connector and love networking, talent management may suit. If you are good at research and selling, brand sourcing moves faster. Both roads eventually converge, so you can own both creator inventory and brand demand. Step 8 is after doing this for months, move to a full campaign management. Once you run multiple pilots and build at least one proof case, you should move into full campaign management. This is the step where you go from executing one-offs to owning a retainer relationship. Full management means you design the strategy, build a creative brief, manage creators, payments, and own a reporting, and also attribution. For SaaS and AI products, that means mapping creator touchpoints to the product funnel. You show how a creator content drives trail starts, activation, or feature adoption. The deliverable becomes a business metric, not just a social metric. That's where the margins live. So, step 9 is scale your agency with AI tools. AI is a multiplier if you use it right. It speeds ideation, personalization, and reporting, but it's a tool, not strategies. So use AI to draft hooks, generate brief templates, and summarize campaign performance. Then apply human judgment. So example could be use AI to produce 10 headline hooks for a creator brief, then pick the top 2 that fit the brand voice. Use AI to compile screenshots and generate an executive summary of a campaign results, so you can send it to the client. Also use automation to personalize outreach at scale, but always humanize the top replies before you send. So the point is to leverage AI to remove repetitive tasks so your team can focus on decisions that actually move the needle. And last is step 10, so hire other people to do most of the job. Your job as the founder is to craft the system and keep the quality high, not to send every cold email, not to manually choose every creator, so hire for execution. Start with contractors, an outreach specialist, a creator coordinator, and a reporting data person. Contractors keep costs variable while you test product market fit. As revenue becomes predictable, hire full-time for roles that require continuity. An account manager and a campaign manager. Hire for process, so following first, document the SOPs, and when someone asks how to do X, they should be able to open a doc and follow the steps. That makes a training fast and handovers clean. The mindset, what I want you to remember is, this is a product business. You are packing attention into measurable outcomes. Your advantage is your ability to measure, iterate, and systemize faster than your competitors. So stay data focused, celebrate small wins, and don't confuse noise with progress. Your agency first job is to create repeatable systems that someone else could follow until your process is replicable. So you're building a job, not a company. And if you want the exact templates, I use the outreach messages, sample one-page brief, contract language, and a Notion starter. I drop those in my weekly newsletter, so if you are serious about starting an agency, that newsletter will save you weeks of guesswork, so the link is in the bio. Pick a niche, build the stack, prove the model, then systemize and hire. That's how you turn content and connections into a real business. Go build something that you can sell, scale, or hand off. I will see you in the next video.